I'm going to cut to the chase. I'm going to run for Albemarle County Board of Supervisors. I'm going to run for Albemarle County Board of Supervisors in the Scottsville District. I live in Glenmore, which is in Keswick, on the east side of Albemarle County. I'm going to run for a seat that's currently held by Donna Price. I think Donna Price is a fantastic leader. She is dynamic. She has vision. She has the gift of human connection. She has the gift of bringing people together. She has the gift of galvanizing the community as a positive magnet that can lead folks forward. All the qualities we want in a leader. 2 Mondays ago, I met with Donna Price at Millie Joe's and had a one-on-one conversation with her. And I said, Donna, I think you're absolutely amazing, but I wanted you to hear this from me first. I'm going to run for this seat when it comes open in early 2023. I'm going to give you the aspects of my campaign here in a matter of moments. I'm going to answer this question first. Jerry, why are you making this announcement so early? The reason I'm making this announcement so early is for a number of reasons. A, I think it's imperative as elected officials that we be transparent with our intentions. And my intentions for a little while is to be more civically engaged with this community. Now, I have an amazing wife. She is without question the sun in our family solar system. She's the foundation of our little 3-person family. We go as this beautiful, intelligent, amazing mother and wife goes. And I wanted to run this past term when Donna was going for office, but if it was not the right time for my wife and I, because our little boy was 1 year old. And I'll tell you what, being a parent and being a dad and being a mom, it is no easy task. Parenthood is the best, hardest thing ever and the longest, shortest thing ever. If you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. You don't realize that an aspect of your heart is missing, and I'm talking metaphorically here, until your child is born. And then when your child is born, your heart feels more complete and more fulfilled, and you cannot imagine life without your little boy or your little girl. We have a little boy who's 3. That being said, being a mom and a dad is so freaking hard. My wife is a stay-at-home mom, and I cannot imagine the trials and the challenges that she goes through every single day with a 3-year-old that's trying to figure out life. I'll cut to the chase. There are a lot of Monday mornings where I look forward to going to work. And it's not because I don't love my son, and it's not because I don't love my wife, but it's because being a mom and a dad and being a parent is hard. It's the best, hardest thing ever. It's the longest, shortest thing ever. There are days that seem like years, but then you reflect on the 3 years your kid has been on this planet, and you say, good Lord, where did that time go? The reason I'm relaying this personal perspective to you is because I've had the conversations with the 2 most important people in my life, my wife and my son, and they support this effort that will undoubtedly take me away from them. And having the support of your wife, your husband, your children is critically important if you're going to run a successful campaign and potentially get into office for 4 years. Now, what is my campaign going to be based upon? I am a small business owner. I started this business 13 years ago out of a condominium in the villas at Southern Ridge down 5th Street Extended. Put my life savings into this business. 6 months into this business, I had 0 clients, and my life savings had dwindled down to nothing. I was living off double cheeseburgers from McDonald's because they were about $1.04. When I wasn't doing that, it was the Panna Garden buffet with Ziploc bags, and I was taking those Ziploc bags and I was scraping food off the plate into Ziploc bags when people were not looking, and those leftovers were the food that I would eat for days and the food I would feed to my dog, Lucy, for days because I could not afford dog food. It got so dire, the circumstances of launching this business in 2008 during a housing recession, that I had to rent 2 rooms in this 3-bedroom condo to 2 of my best friends, giving them rent below market. They won. But utilizing that $800, $400 per room to keep me from defaulting on the mortgage. Long story short, my second client ever, and I will always be grateful to this man, Andy McClure, my second client ever. At the time, Andy McClure owned, and someone tag Andy McClure. Someone tag Andy McClure or Julie McClure on this feed so they can hear this, please. Andy McClure, my second client ever. He, at the time, owned the Biltmore. He owned 3. Remember 3, the bar in the corner? It was Jabberwocky, it was Greenskeeper, it was 3. It was a number of different iterations. At the time, he owned the bar 3, where Jabberwocky and Greenskeeper was located. On top of the Biltmore, he owned the Virginian. He owned West Main. West Main is now Tavern and Grocery. He came to me and said, I need to revitalize my websites. We did the project for him. We exceeded expectations for Andy McClure. And we built trust with him because of POP, proof of performance. That POP led to Andy McClure saying, I have a concept for a burger bar that I want to open in Charlottesville. Maybe we call it Union Burger Bar. After some rattling off of names, going back and forth and brainstorming, we settled on what is now Citizen Burger Bar. My team designed the brand, the logo, the website, and launched the restaurant from an advertising campaign on social media for about 6 months, 3 months before it opened and 3 months after. Today, Citizen Burger Bar is one of the most successful, one of the best restaurant experiences in Central Virginia, one of the top revenue-generating businesses from a restaurant standpoint in Central Virginia. You go to Citizen Burger Bar, it's always packed. It's got the sports bar theme. It's got the beer theme. It's got the burger theme. It's one of the approachable restaurants from a price point standpoint on the downtown mall, the crown jewel of Charlottesville. When word got out that we built the brand, helped build the brand for Citizen Burger Bar, our business, my business, an advertising agency absolutely exploded. It just exploded. That led us to launching Charlottesville Restaurant Week, which we sold to Blair Kelly and Bill Chapman. That led us to launching the Charlottesville Home Makeover Project, a partnership we did with NBC 29, I Love CVille Shopping Week. And today, boys and girls, we have some of the top clients in not only a 50 or 60 mile radius of Charlottesville, but clients up and down the eastern seaboard. We hop a plane to New Providence, New Jersey, to service businesses in New Providence, in Morristown, clients in Richmond and North Carolina. Where I'm going with this is I have personally seen firsthand the value of small and medium-sized businesses for this community. I have seen the jobs that can be created when an entrepreneur launches a business in this community. I have seen the tax revenue that can be generated, incremental tax revenue, when we support and invest into small and medium-sized business and the entrepreneurship vision of the leaders of these businesses. One of the top tenets in my campaign for Albemarle County Board of Supervisors, the Scottsville District, is prioritizing the economic growth, prioritizing the support for entrepreneurs and small and medium-sized businesses, prioritizing the new job creation that comes with small and medium-sized businesses across Albemarle County. We must, as elected officials, find incremental sources of tax dollars, as opposed to taxing our citizens even more. Taxing our citizens more is a regressive tactic. These tactics impact our Albemarle County and Central Virginia citizens that are living on the financial margin the most. Top tenet in my campaign: supporting small and medium-sized businesses and the growth, the economic revenue, the tax revenue, the new job creation that comes from supporting these entrepreneurs and their business endeavors. A couple of other elements from my campaign are the prioritization of reliable and ubiquitous public transportation across Albemarle County, the prioritization of broadband internet across Albemarle County, the prioritization of school and early start funding across Albemarle County, the improvement of the relationship between Albemarle County and the city of Charlottesville, and folks, the prioritization of sports tourism across Central Virginia. 6 key tenets. Sports tourism creates incremental tax revenue, and it showcases the beauty of Central Virginia for those that are playing these sports across the Mid-Atlantic. In May, my buddy Andrew Mavraganis and I are heading to a pickleball tournament in Henrico. This pickleball tournament has nearly 700 players. These 700 players are spending money in the restaurants, getting hotel rooms, spending money at the convenience stores, and they're visiting Richmond and Henrico and taking in all the potential and beauty that these municipalities have to offer. I'm going to ask you this question. Why are there no Mid-Atlantic soccer tournaments, baseball tournaments, lacrosse tournaments, basketball tournaments, pickleball tournaments, mountain biking tournaments in Albemarle County and Central Virginia? Should we not, as elected officials, utilize concepts that are innovative, that are new, that are not being considered to drive tax dollars to the municipality, as opposed to going to county residents and saying, give us more of your hard-earned dollars? This is common sense to me. Should we not be prioritizing broadband internet? There are students in Albemarle County that have dial-up internet. There are students in Albemarle County that don't even have internet. They're having to go to hotspots to download their homework and then take that downloadable homework back to their home where they study from their desk because they have no access to broadband at home. That is bogus. And that furthers the economic, educational, and social divide in this community. Explain to me why reliable and ubiquitous public transportation has not been prioritized across Central Virginia. And maybe this is not a government option. Maybe this is a public-private partnership that is created with government and an entrepreneur that can solve this dilemma, because entrepreneurs love to be in the private space where they can make decisions like I do on the fly. Why do we not have reliable transportation, reliable broadband, reliable early start funding for schools? My little boy is 3, and because of COVID, we chose to keep him out of those preschool options that you see at First Presbyterian Church or First Baptist Church, because the safety and health of this kid means the world to my wife and I. He starts in September at First Baptist, half a day. The reason I'm bringing this up to you is we now have him involved in a hot shots soccer program. He's in the 3 to 5 age group. The majority of the kids in this hot shots soccer program, he's the youngest by far. The youngest by far. Okay? We had to persuade folks to allow him in there because he actually missed the cutoff by 3 or 4 days. I think the cutoff was April 1 and his birthday's in March. The youngest by far in the 3 to 5 group. I see my little boy, who has not been in this preschool setting before, challenged by following the rules in this soccer program. Trey, sit on the spot. Trey, listen to the coach. Trey, here's the drill we're doing. Trey's picking dandelions. Trey's looking to hang out with mom and dad because that's what he knows. Trey's not sitting on the spot. Trey's not kicking the ball in the goal. And I ask myself, why is that? And it's because the other students in this 3 to 5 program have had experiences in early school settings. I immediately, after a few weeks of seeing him in this soccer program, saw the tremendous value that comes with getting our children into a school setting as early as possible. Now let's take it a step further and extrapolate what's happening. We have students in Albemarle County. We have students in the city of Charlottesville, students in Central Virginia. Their first time going to school is kindergarten. 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 How can the kids whose first time of going to school is kindergarten, how far behind are they when compared to the kids who've been going to preschool, ACAC, preschool, First Baptist, preschool, Covenant, preschool, YMCA, preschool, Presbyterian, preschool, whoever, wherever, since they were 2? We're already creating behind the 8-ball type of setting. We're asking kindergartners to compete against peers that have been in a classroom setting for years. And some are in a classroom setting in kindergarten for the first time. We have to prioritize early education funding. We have to prioritize broadband. We have to prioritize transportation. We have to prioritize economic foundations for small and medium-sized business owners. And we have to prioritize sports tourism, incremental tax revenue, as opposed to regressive tax tactics that impact those that are living on the margin the most. Those are reasons why I will run for the Scottsville District and Albemarle County Board of Supervisors. More on this discussion on the I Love CVille network. I'm going to ask for your support. I'm going to ask for your support from a campaigning standpoint, from a voting for me at the booth standpoint, from a fundraising standpoint. And you know what? I'm going to cut to the chase here. I have been so disenchanted, so demoralized, so disturbed, so disgusted, so depressed, so downright downtrodden by leadership in the city of Charlottesville. I have seen this leadership divide a city, Charlottesville, and that division trickle into the counties across Central Virginia. So much so that there's a Boycott Charlottesville Facebook group that has 10,000 plus members in it. All these reasons have compelled me to not only talk the talk, but walk the walk. You don't run for the Board of Supervisors for the money. You get paid $16,000 a year. The opportunity cost of my time for the Board of Supervisors, as opposed to focus on running a booming business, is tremendous. But if I do not do this, I would feel like I wouldn't be utilizing the gifts that God has given to their fullest potential. And for those reasons, today, on the 7th of April in 2021, I'm going to announce my intentions to run for Albemarle County Board of Supervisors, the Scottsville District, a seat that's currently held by Donna Price.